What the fuck? What am I looking at? Hold up, chat. Give me a second. I was experimenting with something. I forgot to change it. Give me a second. What am I looking at? I forgot about this. That's right. Apple's 4th worst quarter. I'm gonna turn my light on. Hold up. Well, it probably look better right now. Here we go. CNBC anchor, baby. Well, you can't even see my hands. There they are. Ugh, it cuts off the hands. Ugh. Weird. Weird. Hold up, chat. Let's fix this real quick. We're back. Move that garbage image from the back. Here we go. We're back. We're back. I crashed for a second, but I think we're loaded. We're locked and loaded. Are we back, chat? Are we back? Everything okay? That's ridiculously huge. Let's just turn that down. I think we're on this screen anyways. Yep, we're on this screen. All right. I was testing some stuff over the weekend and I forgot to change the settings. I was trying to make some fun, cool adjustments. Trying to make the production a little bit more funny but it didn't work out. Might need a better camera, might need some better settings, but you know, I just forgot to change the settings over the weekend. How's everyone doing? It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday, January, September. It's Tuesday, January 13th, and the markets are moving. JP Morgan reported earnings, took a little bit of nosedive over here. As you can see, the chart's already active for JP Morgan. But today's stream is honestly not going to be too extensive because there's not much to really talk about other than a couple names in the earnings basket. Let me just quickly fix this over here. A couple names in the earnings basket. So let me show you the earnings calendar that's for today. After hours, you had JP Morgan, pre-market, you had JP Morgan, Delta Airlines. Those are the only two really I care about. Tomorrow, pre-market, you have Wells Fargo, Citibank, Bank of America, Infosys, and then Thursday pre-market you have Taiwan Semiconductors, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock. So some good names over there reporting earnings too in the pre-market. This week mostly banks, but from next week and so on, you're gonna start seeing some of the bigger names like Nvidia, Netflix. Well, Nvidia is probably a little bit later, but Netflix is in 7 days. Apple, Microsoft, Google will all start reporting soon. So just you know, just packing my excitement, keeping it compressed, and waiting for the right opportunities to pounce on. And then today, if you were waiting patiently for that, JP Morgan would have given you a monster short opportunity. There was a good intraday short trade that JP Morgan offered all the traders out there. A couple other names moving around today, such as AMD and Intel. AMD and Intel climbing up to the north side. Walmart, not too long ago, I believe a couple days ago, was announced that it's going to be added to the NASDAQ 100 index. I actually bought some shares last night at $118, and now I'm enjoying this run up on Walmart into 120 today, and waiting to see how much higher can Walmart really go for the next few days, right? Usually when a stock is announced that it's being added to the S&P 500 index or to the NASDAQ 100, they start going on an insane rally. So I'm looking for Walmart, which is currently at an all-time high, to see if it gives us even more upside to capitalize and make some profit. So nice back-to-back day 2 today, and closing at the highs is very, very bullish for me. And I'm looking to see if day 3 we can start going towards that 125 or higher. So let's go Walmart, keep pushing higher. The higher it goes, obviously the more money we make, and that's what we're focused on. JP Morgan's fall was a sign of other banks' stock to fall soon. I mean, it's possible, but I don't like to you know, point fingers, because it's not like causation and correlation, right? These banks could possibly do their own thing. However, obviously JP Morgan is it's like the father of all banks, and if JP Morgan is not doing well, it's very likely that the other banks don't do well. But we have seen that not be true. We've seen where times where JP Morgan reports bad and then other stocks actually report better. So it's possible that it doesn't end up being that same way, but it is a good way to use as your barometer to see how it plays out for the coming days. So obviously Wells Fargo reporting tomorrow, Citibank reporting tomorrow. If they also report bad, possible that JP Morgan's day 2 trade will be very, very exciting for the short side. But if Wells Fargo and Citibank report well, then it's possibly a dead cat bounce tomorrow on JP Morgan, right? So you have to be careful. You can't just use blanket statements like that and use that to get into trades. Sometimes that could really hurt you if you do that, right? So make sure that you are backing those statements with actual valid data. And when stocks are reporting earnings, there's nothing better than the valid data that the earnings report comes out with. These are like, you know, the EPSs, the revenues, the forecast, the growth, the diminishing of growth if there is any. So no better numbers than those to give you a bigger picture of what's happening right now and what might happen in the future. And if Wells Fargo reports well, then possibly some upside. You know, some of the downside move today came possibly from JP Morgan, so looking for that move to get completely reverted and both of these stocks to go back up if the report comes out good. So for sure, keeping an eye on both of them. Today's low will be very important tomorrow for both of these stocks, because if they start trading below today's low, that's basically showing you that the report, no matter how good it is, is, even if it's good, it has a chance to trade below today's low. If it's trading below today's low and holding below today's low, then no matter how good or bad the report is, there's only one real trade direction for me, and that's to the downside. Looking for the short, looking for the continuation on today's move, but tomorrow will be day one all over again, because that would be the first day of its earnings report move, right? Today was basically a sympathy move to JP Morgan, right? So that's about it. So that is a quick little outlook of the earnings reports that we're going to be looking out for. No other names that really stand out in the pre-market and the after hours, but we'll still be live tomorrow after hours Wednesday, so tune in for that. But sadly, once again, it's going to be a short stream because we're not going to have much to really talk about. Usually when stocks report earnings after hours and we get some nice volatile moves after hours, we get to spend some extra time dissecting these moves. But right now, nothing really stands out for me in that basket. So why don't we quickly go look at some of the stocks that I talked about on the STN show today. So STN guys now want me to do two shows. They want me to do a show on Tuesday and a show on Thursday. So for those of you who want to tune into that, you know, go check out the STN network. Join us over there. We have a lot of fun. It's like 70 to 100 people who tune into that chat. We have a lot of fun over there. What I talked over there today was basically about Intel and AMD. Even though AMD popped up, Intel looked much better to the north side because it broke out from most recent resistances, and it's also at a new 52-week high, whereas AMD is not anywhere near its 52-week high, right? It's a little bit of a distance away. So I'm watching how AMD and Intel set up over here for the next few coming days. Watching Chipotle Mexican Grill, which made a little bit of a move today. It actually got crumbled, but climbed back up north after going into the close. It got destroyed first, but then very nice V-shaped recovery over here on CMG. So we'll be watching to see how day two sets up on this bad boy. Moderna had some move today. Here's Moderna with a monster move to the upside. Big breakout also on Moderna, especially after, here, let me just draw the line what I'm looking at right here. After pushing back into recent resistance, rejecting from the resistance, pushing back, and then creating a little flag right before the breakout that we see today. Pretty interesting to see how Moderna's moving, and that's almost like a buy program being turned on, where the stock just said no to sellers at all times. So very interesting move. Watching how Moderna, Pfizer will be setting up for the next few days coming up over here. I think Moderna earnings report should be soon. Let's go check out when it reports earnings. In 31 days, so about a month or so, we got Moderna reporting earnings. Boeing, nice little move to the upside. Boeing reporting that they are now selling more planes than they have compared to Airbus in the last 4 or 5 years. The last time they were selling more planes than Airbus was 2018. So from 2018 to 2025, they got beaten by Airbus, but now they're beating them again. I think Alaskan Airlines ordered 100 737 Maxes themselves, so pretty good move over here off of that catalyst on Boeing. But if you go to the weekly chart, you know, when's the last time you've seen Boeing had these many green candles in a row on the weekly chart and sustain the move? So I'm almost skeptical over here. I'm expecting some good short opportunity set up in the near future. Wait for the stock to go higher. The higher it goes, the better the short. The higher and the quicker it goes to the north side, the better the short. So I'm just waiting to see how this one sets up. But obviously very good news for Boeing. They're finally able to be the #1 airplane maker again compared to Airbus in terms of commercial airlines, and that's something that they love. TWB community, what's up, buddy? How you doing, Alex? Think with Bookmap, Captain Price. Did I get rated by Think with Bookmap? Oh baby, thank you, Alex, for rating if you did that. Since Trump tweet 1.5 trillions, Did he tweet somewhere over here about Boeing? Is that what it's about? I didn't even know about that. But, you know, overall, Boeing has been doing very, very well. You know, got destroyed in 2020 when their planes started falling out of the sky for no reason. And then now trying to recover to the upside. We're looking to see how it's going. Yeah, he bought a crowd. We love to see it. Thank you, Alex. We appreciate the raid, my dude. Captain, nice to see you. Happy to see you in the chat. Let's see. So Boeing was one of the stocks that I was talking about. The one stock I'm really excited for is OPCH, Option Care Health. They announced preliminary Q4 earnings report. When do they actually report earnings? They report earnings in 37 days, but they gave out a preliminary earnings report basically saying that they're going to be reporting well, and they have approved a $1 billion buyback. So I'm pretty interested to see how this stock sets up. Give me a second, chat. All right. Anyways, we're back. This stock, I'm really looking to see how this one plays out. OPCH. You can see how the weekly base over here is pretty solid. It's been struggling to get above this $36 area since what? October 2022. Then you have another peak over here, another attempt over here, and a little bit of a flat bottom over here. It did get below that on this little action, but then that action shows me that, hey, buyer step right back in, buyer step right back in. So with this positive news catalyst, if we actually get to see the stock break out of this $36 area, I'll be watching to see if there's a good trade opportunity for the day trade, for the swing trade. So keeping an eye on OPCH, and might even be worth it to just kind of throw an alert just so you don't miss out when it does happen. For example, SMCI 29. I had an alert on SMCI 29, and if you had an alert for that bad boy today, look at that monster short opportunity that the stock gave you. Just a clean swipe down to $29. It struggled a little bit around 29, and then a breakdown past 29 all the way to 27.80. Some cleanest short opportunities happen when the bigger picture time frame and the smaller picture time frame, both of them line up. You can see how right before 29 it hesitated a little bit. Some buyers stepped in right in front of 29, but then when that 29 breaks, you got a volume expansion, volume coming in, and then more stops, intraday stops and long-term stops for the longs, both of them getting burnt out, and then the stock pushing to the downside. Those are the type of moves you want to take advantage on when the long-term and the short-term lines up at the same time, gives you extra confluence and reason to really smash that trade. So OPCH really stands out to me. Besides that, honestly, I'm not seeing too interesting things for this week, sadly, other than, you know, banks. So yeah, banks will be keeping an eye on. This is 11-week chart. Let's go back to 1 day. So banks will be keeping an eye on. Technology, Apple, having a little bit of a possible rebound back through 261. Apple had a pretty good move into the close today. Some closing imbalances coming in, and Apple pushed up higher. So possibly getting back above 260, 261 on Apple will be worth watching. Amazon had a recent rally to the upside, pulling back today a little bit from the recent rally, but still holding above 240. I think that's your magic level. If it gets back below 240, then you want to be careful looking for the longs over there. He is calling his broker to short it. I'm not, but that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Tesla, nothing burger. Nvidia, nothing burger. Microsoft, nothing burger. Meta, nothing burger. These stocks are at the moment not a high priority for the day trade basket. Honestly, right now, nothing really stands out as a high priority for the day trade basket. You know, you did have little pockets of movement, such as the nuclear stocks, the robotic stocks, the drone stocks, but even drone stocks are showing a little bit of a pullback today. We'll see if they continue pulling back going on to rest of the week. However, these big names such as SNDK, Micron, WDX, Western, WDC. Why did I say WDX? I almost forgot. WDC and STX. It's STX. That's what it's X for. Okay, WDC, STX. So these are the names that are still very much in play for me. You know, the memory names, the AI related names. Even space names, Planet Labs going higher and higher, BKSY. What else do we have in the SPCE? I mean, I don't really care about SPCE, and nor is it doing anything that the space stocks really do. Oh, BABA recently had a pretty good move. BABA gapped up to the north side, watching to see if some of the other, Pinduoduo got smoked. Tiger got smoked. Baidu holding well. But watching the Chinese sector, because Chinese sector caught some traction not too long ago, 2 days or I think yesterday, basically. The Chinese sector caught some traction. Finance sector getting hurt. Travel sector getting hurt because the Delta Airlines earnings report. More of them to report soon. We'll keep an eye out for them. Looks like the defense sector kind of went up a bit. L3 Harris went up today on if I remember correctly. What was L3 Harris going up for? I think an upgrade. I can't remember if it was an upgrade, but L3 Harris went up, and I think that gave the defense sector a little bit of a rally. AXON, the stock that that got away from everybody, man. If you are a YouTube guy, like if you watch YouTube videos a lot, you for sure have run into police body cam footage videos, and this is the company that makes those police body cams. And if you caught on to the trend, I think these are coming out right at the start of 2020 or so, right around COVID or a little bit before COVID. You could have bought the stock for $30. Now the stock is trading at $600. Oh my god. Instead of watching all of these videos where I enjoy people getting arrested, I promise you, if I open my YouTube right now, the first 10 recommendations are going to be police body cam footage videos. Like, look at this. It's just police body cam footage. Maybe not these. These are food because I'm a fat ass. Surprisingly enough, there's not many of them right now. Oh, there you go. Criminal cases. Sniper response to children being held hostage. That video actually seems pretty interesting. I might watch this one later on. Midwest Safety. I love this channel. That channel's awesome. But yeah, if you caught on to the trend and you saw this happening, you would have been able to buy the stock at $30. Now it's at $600, man. What in the world? You still trading prop? Yes, but I am trading my own money now instead of trading somebody else's money. So when I worked for an office, I used to trade the person who owned the office their money under the prop umbrella. But what now I do now is I open my own office basically under the prop umbrella. So I basically trade the prop funds. I have way more funds than the amount of money that I have put down as down payment, or I should say as risk. So I'm still with the prop umbrella, still with the prop environment. The profits are, or the The good things is that I get to keep more money for myself when I do make money, and you know, I guess the negative is that if I lose money, I'm losing my own money, not somebody else's money. But yeah, still with the prop environment. If you're asking me, I'm still with the same company. All right, so Axon looks like that one had a green day today, also continuing to go down over here. We spent a little bit of time talking about the gaming sector. Roblox had a nice green day today. Beautiful up by 10% so far. You guys have known me to always hate on Roblox, but you know, when a stock makes the move, it's something to be studied and analyzed. So that's a pretty good move over here. If Roblox manages to stay above $82, $83 tomorrow on the pullback, there could be a bigger move to the upside on RBLX. So keep an eye out for that bad boy for sure. Continuing to go down, some of the names over here. mRNA, we talked about that, 17% to the upside. Someone said mRNA was a good scam or a Ponzi scheme or something. Yeah, Captain Price calling mRNA a Ponzi scheme. I love it. I'm not rejecting that claim at all, but you know, I'm not the one who said it. Just in case FBI comes knocking on my door for talking shit about their favorite drug manufacturer. I'm not the one who said it. I'm just reading chat. American Eagle, retailers going back to the upside. I think the tariff decision, which was supposed to be Monday or maybe last week, is now going to be tomorrow. So the tariff decision from the court, or the court ruling on the tariff decisions, is going to be tomorrow. So we'll see how that one plays out. That one's obviously going to impact all the retail companies. So American Eagle, GAP, Lululemon, PVH, all of them actually had a nice little green move today. But yeah, retail names across the board. Make sure you have a watch list for them, and watch how those stocks react. Nike is the one that a lot of people I know are keeping an eye on, because ever since it had that Tim Cook bottom, then it had another catalyst bottom, and then now you're potentially the retail bottom that we're gonna come out of. Prad, I'm surprised at you. I don't know what you're talking about. Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Starbucks. I don't really trade these names, but I have them on my super watch list. Pharma Bro, these are the what do you call it? The who's the Pharma Bro again? Martin Shkreli. These are names that Martin Shkreli mentions. We'll ignore those. CGC, Tilray. Well, I mean, what can I say? I told you so. Anytime weed stocks go up, and they're the best shorts out there. Weed's so easy to grow that legalization is only going to hurt these companies, not help them. I just don't see how it's gonna help. I've seen legalization work in Canada, and that didn't help out these companies at all. So we'll see how that one plays out. Everyone knows FBI has no jurisdiction in Canada. Yeah, how did that work out for Maduro? How did that work out for Maduro? How did that work out for Maduro? GLW up for some reason today. That's Corning Glassware. I'm not sure what's going on over there. Light volume, I'm guessing. No, decent volume. Corning Glassware is up a little bit. Let's take a look at rare earth metal, CRML, MP. Both of them pulled back today, sadly, but still holding up quite a bit. Looks like that's pretty much all she wrote that I have to talk about. Trump was at the Ford factory today. Ford struggling around this 14, maybe I shouldn't say struggling, but trying to find a base around this $14 area. If Ford can end up finding a base at 14, that would be successful for itself, honestly. Then you have the merger and acquisition war. Why is CELH in streaming? What the heck? CELA should be in energy drinks. Why is it in streaming? Disney, Paramount, Skydance, Netflix, Warner Brother Digital. These three down over here are obviously having the battle of their lives over there for who's going to acquire Warner Brother Digital. I think some new news came out after hours that pushed the stock to the upside. Something about them wanting to make it an all cash deal or an all stock deal. I'm not sure exactly what the catalyst is, but still they're moving around, possibly something to keep an eye on. But ladies and gentlemen, basically that's all she wrote. I honestly believe that everyone's being patient at the moment. What's that 9% mover? Ooh, 10%, 13% mover. PDNY, a drone company, up 13% today. UAVS up 11% today. So drones are still back and forth here. We talked about Intel. Anyways, as I'm coming back, I think Bitcoin actually pushed up to 94, 95. Yeah, here's Bitcoin trying to break out. I've talked about this setup before. If Bitcoin actually breaks out through 94.50 through 95K, then you're going to have a really good move on MicroStrategy, on Coinbase, and even some of the other cryptocurrency stocks such as IBIT, XYZ, Hut 8, Mara, and so on. So make sure you're watching all of these names for the cryptocurrency moves. And I think that's a good spot for me to call it on, because I have to go help my family. That's what the call was about. I have to now go help them move some stuff from the car. So ladies and gentlemen, a quick little stream, short stream. Once we get some more stocks coming up on the watch list for us to talk about, then mainly earnings after hours, then we can start partaking in those. But for now, be patient. I think everyone's kind of just being calm, patient, collected for the earnings season and for the FOMC rate decision, which is on the January of 28th. So stay patient, let the earnings come out, and then let's make some money, baby. Let's make some money. Okay, thank you for coming out. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Go make some money. TraderPrad loves you. Peace.
It's all powered by complexity, the same engine that drives our browser, Comet. Now let's